Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Currently On podcast. It is Monday, August the 3rd, 2020. It is currently 4:18 p.m. Central Time, and I'm here to talk to you about music. Yes, I have a song that I think you need to hear, a song that you need to add to your library, a song that you need to share with all of your friends so you can be talking about it first, because I think this is a song a lot of people will be talking about it, probably already a little bit of buzz about it. So I wanted to hurry up and record something about it. We'll take a look at the lyrics. I'll give you some information. There's two versions of the song, and I wasn't aware of that. I was listening to one version, and I'm like, oh, I better go look this up. And I looked it up. I'm like, wait a minute. Here's a second version, and I believe the second version is the one everyone's going to be talking about it, because the second version features someone you may have heard of. You may have heard of this person, Selena Gomez. Yeah, you've probably heard of her, right? Well, she's featured on the second version of this song. She's not on the first version, but she's on the second version. And once I saw that Selena Gomez was on the track, I was like, well, I got to tell everyone about it. I need to do so sooner rather than later. So here's what before I tell you about the song, before we look at the lyrics, here's what you need to know. If you want to keep up with all the music I'm talking about, if you want to keep up with all the music I'm listening to, if you want to know what music you should be listening to, if you want to know what music everyone's going to be talking about next week, next month, maybe even a year from now, then you need to subscribe to our playlist. Our playlist, it's currently available on Spotify. It will be coming to Apple Music. I just have to create it for Apple Music. I've been working on focusing on a lot of Spotify, since that's where our podcast is trending. Our podcast is trending on Spotify, so therefore I focused on the playlist being on Spotify. But if you want to keep up with everything, it's very simple. On Spotify, look for the Currently On Radar. Currently On Radar playlist. Currently on, that's the podcast. So what's currently on our radar, that's the idea of the playlist. What's currently on our radar, what should be currently on your musical radar is, well, our playlist, the Currently On Radar playlist. We feature the music that we're talking about, music I'm recording podcast episodes about, music I'm listening to. And here's the cool thing about the playlist is it changes on a pretty, I'm adding new music probably daily. Sometimes one song, sometimes two songs. I will be, removing songs as well. So the playlist is not, it's not just there. It's a living thing, because it's constantly being changed, and it's being changed by a human being, not a computer algorithm. Okay, I'm actually the one listening to the music, and as I'm listening, I go over and add it to the playlist. So if you subscribe to the playlist, you'll kind of, I think, look, I know there's a million playlists, but I think ours will be eclectic, cover all kinds of taste, and because it's being updated on a regular and consistent basis, it will always be something new and always something for you to check out. You may not always like what I add, but you'll see. But I think if you will listen to what I add, you'll at least have an idea of what's going on and maybe what will be popular here coming up soon. All right, so let's get to it. All right, there's the playlist, Currently On Radar playlist, available on Spotify. Right, so definitely subscribe to that. But you're not here to talk about the playlist. We're here to talk about a new song. Now, this is how I've discovered this song. This morning, and I've got my iPad right here. This morning, I was listening to, got to pull this up really quick. I was listening to the weekly Pop 40. The weekly Pop 40, which is a part of the music streaming service LiveX Live. LiveX Live. And if you've never subscribed to LiveX Live, it's a music streaming service I would highly recommend you subscribe to, even if you don't go with their premium package, where you can listen to everything, on demand, basically like all the other streaming services. At least subscribe to the lower tier of LiveX Live, and you can listen to all of their stations. They have all of these stations with all kinds of genres of music. No, you can't listen on demand, but just putting it on, just think of it as a playlist that you can't control. But they have DJs, they give you music news, And they do all of these countdowns. They do a countdown for dance music. They do a countdown for alternative. They do a countdown for country. They do a countdown for rap. They do a countdown for music that would be in the pop category. And I love the countdowns because they kind of give you an idea of what people are listening to, what's going on, what's happening. And it's just fun just to turn on while you're doing other things to listen. So I would highly recommend you subscribe to Live X Live. I don't get any money for it. They're not a sponsor. If they want to be a sponsor, I'd be more than happy. But they're not a sponsor. Live X Live. But they have this weekly program called the Weekly Top 40, which obviously I think you know what it's about. It's about the top 40 songs in pop music. And I believe it was number 36. A song called Past Life by Trevor Daniel. Past Life by Trevor Daniel, Daniel. Past Life by Trevor Daniel. Now, as soon as I started listening to the song, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I can see some potential here. I think, and it just entered the chart at number 36. So I'm like, okay, this is, it's not down there like, number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1, way down in the chart that everyone probably already knows about it. This is kind of just new entering the chart. So I know it's already got some buzz, but I thought, you know what? I think there's something here. So I'm like, I'm going to add this to the Currently On Radar playlist because it needs to be on everyone's radar. And I go and look it up and I'm like, wait a minute. There's a version of this song with Trevor Daniel and Selena Gomez. And I'm like, okay, now we definitely need to talk about this. So here's what I do know. I know Trevor Daniel, I think it's his father passed away, I think last week. I think his father passed away last week, which is really sad because Trevor Daniel may be right there getting ready to have a even more success. And of course, he's lost his father. So that's kind of sad. But what I would challenge you to do is you may want to listen to both versions, the Trevor Daniel alone version and Trevor Daniel with Selena Gomez. I'm adding to our playlist the one with Selena Gomez because I believe that's the one that will probably garner the most attention and probably get the most buzz. Now, I haven't done any research to see if the first version, I don't know how new the first version is and how new, the second version, in fact, I can just tell you, the second version, I may actually have the date for. The second version, see, it just said, it was released June the 26th, 2020. June the 26th, 2020. Well, that tells you something. Not to, that it's been around for a little while. I don't know why. You may have already heard it. So June the 26th, it's been around. I don't know why I hadn't maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it got more attention than I realized, but June the 26th, for some reason I was thinking it was July the 26th. I'm trying to look for the Past Life version without Selena Gomez. And I'm not seeing that version. Let's look here. Past Life. Here we go. Okay, the version without Selena Gomez was released on March the 6th, 2020. So on March the 6th, 2020, Trevor Daniel releases the song Past Life. Then coming June the 26th, he releases Past Life with Selena Gomez. Now, it's in August, so you think maybe it probably, I don't know why the original version is catching on, because the original version is the one that entered the charts. Why not the one with Selena Gomez? I don't know. I don't know if this is one of those times, and because this happens in music, a song will get released and I'll be like, okay, this is going to be big. And then it's like nothing happens. And then all of a sudden, like 8 months later, everybody's like, did you hear that new song? I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? I thought it was going to be big, like, I don't know, 15 years ago, 8 months ago. So there it is. Past Life with Selena Gomez, Trevor Daniel. You may want to compare the two versions. Both versions are available on Spotify. I could look up the other services, but you can probably do that. Here are the lyrics. Now, I'm going to look at the lyrics with Selena Gomez. I don't know if this changes the interpretation at all, because obviously, you've got two different people singing here. And, well, it looks like it looks like they are together on everything other than the post-course. Even on the pre-course, they're together. So it looks like, I don't know if this is going to change the interpretation anyway, but let's take a look at the lyrics. Past Life, Trevor Daniel and Selena Gomez. It was released June the 26th, 2020. The version without Selena Gomez is currently charting on the weekly Pop 40 on let me give you the name of that streaming service again, Live X Live. The reason I have to check it is that it used to be called something else. Live X Live. That's the name of the streaming service. And again, you should probably subscribe to that. But let's dig into these lyrics. Here we go. Past Life. Trevor Daniel and Selena Gomez. Verse 1. I'm trying to be honest with my happiness. Don't know why I'm bad at this. And I don't want to sit in all my sadness. I know it's a habit of mine. All right. Now that's an interesting line. I'm trying to be honest with my happiness. Trying to be honest with my happiness. Is this a questioning? She's questioning the happiness, or she's not, like or they, I should say they, because it says verse 1, Trevor Daniel and Selena Gomez. So it's just this interesting, what does it mean to be honest with your happiness? How do you understand that phrase, to be honest with your happiness? I don't know why I'm bad at this, and I don't want to sit in all my sadness. I know it's a habit of mine. So is this like, I got to be honest? I should be honest about my happiness and celebrate it and be happy with my happiness? Or do I sit there and question and doubt my happiness, or feel like I don't deserve my happiness? It's an interesting, first verse. So I'm going to read it again. I'm trying to be honest with my happiness. I don't know why I'm bad at this. And I don't want to sit in all my sadness. I know it's a habit of mine. Here's the pre-chorus. Perfect timing. I start what I don't know how to end. Don't remind me. I ruined it before it began. All right. So perfect timing. I start what I don't know how to end. Don't remind me. I ruined it before it began. I start what I don't know how to end. Do you start a relationship that you don't know how to end? Do you start things that you don't know how to end? But clearly it seems, don't remind me, I ruined it before it began. So maybe because this person, they question happiness, they're not honest with happiness, that they don't truly embrace happiness, and as a result, they then sabotage even a relationship. They start things that don't even know how to end. They ruin it before it even begins. Kind of a little self-doubt, self-analysis going on here. Then here's the chorus with both of them, Selena Gomez and Trevor Daniel. Last night was the last night of my past life. Got me here like you couldn't, okay, let me read this again. Last night was the last night of my past life. Got me here like you could never figure me out. Last night was the last time I never let you figure me out. Sitting here talking to myself, thinking how I used to use you, only thing I'm used to. Last night was the last time, That's an interesting chorus. Last night was the last night of my past life. That's some idea of moving on. Got me here like you could never figure me out. All right. So last night was the last time. I never let you figure me out. Sitting here talking to myself, thinking how I used to use you, only thing I'm used to. Last night was the last time. Gave me what I wanted when I needed it. Honestly, I mean it. And if I could convince myself to feel it, you know I would feel it. I would. Perfect timing. I start what I don't know how to end. Don't remind me. I ruined it before it began. Course, last night was the last night of my past life. Got me here like you could never figure me out. Last night was the last time. I'll never let you figure me out. Sitting here talking to myself, thinking how I used to use you, the only thing I'm used to. Last night was the last night of my past life. And then that chorus is repeated a bunch. Interesting lyric here. I guess what sets it off is this kind of questioning this whole happiness thing, but it's almost this idea of moving on, this idea of of moving on. And again, that chorus, there's just a lot of little things there to try to figure out. Last night was the last night of my past life. That seems pretty self-explanatory. So last night, that's it. That's the end. I'm moving on. It got me here like you can never figure me out. So the past life got them there like this person can never figure them out. Last night was the last time was the last time. Is it the last time with the past life? In other words, is the past life this other person? Is the past life this other person? And that's the end of that. This was the last time. I'll never let you figure me out. Now, I'll never let you figure me out is an interesting lyric when you compare it to how the song begins, because they seem to have a problem with happiness. I'm moving on from my past life. I'm moving on from this person, but they're moving on maybe because they won't allow themselves to be happy. They won't embrace happiness. And they didn't let this person figure them out. They destroyed the relationship. Sitting here talking to myself, thinking how I used to use you, the only thing I'm used to, last night was the last night of my past life. I think the past life here is connected to the person. The person is the past life. That's the past life. And are they moving on in a good way, or are they moving on to deny themselves happiness because they always ruin everything? They always destroy everything. They destroy it before it even began. There's a lot of questioning and doubting here, a lot of emotions of maybe a little bit of confusion and trying to figure out why you did what you did. But it's called Past Life, Trevor Daniel, Selena Gomez. It's available. It's currently on all the streaming services. You can listen to it easily by going to the Currently On Radar playlist on Spotify. Let me know what you think. We want to know your opinion whenever we give you a song. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Give me your interpretation of the lyrics. Now, I could have done a little bit more work there, but I just like to sometimes I like to not give, sometimes I try not to be too precise because I have some more ideas here, but sometimes I like to just throw out some ideas and then leave it to you, the listener, to go, well, actually, I think this, because that sparks the thinking. Look, songwriters sit down to write lyrics. They do so for a reason. And so think about those lyrics and how do they relate to you? How do they make you feel? Let us know. You can comment on the Facebook page, on Instagram, Currently On Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, Currently On Podcast. The same for both Instagram and Facebook, Currently On Podcast. And leave your comments there, or you can email me at newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com. Do you give this song a thumbs up? Do you give it a thumbs down? Do you think it's going to be successful? What do you think? Chime in. Let us know. If you think it's garbage, let me know. If you think it's great, and then we'll see. We'll wait and see if this song is on the verge. I just find it interesting that the version without Selena Gomez is the one that entered the chart. I would have predicted it would have been the one with Selena Gomez. So maybe we'll see. We'll see. Maybe both will. Maybe none of them will. Who knows? We do know one thing. If it becomes a part of a fad on TikTok, if someone starts using it in TikTok videos, then you know it's going to number one. But we'll wait and see. I wanted to at least bring this to you. Again, the song is Past Life, Trevor Daniel, Selena Gomez. Go listen to it now. Let us know what you think. All right. Thanks for tuning in to this, another episode of the Currently On podcast, where we talk about what's currently on. And as I always end every episode, get out there and enjoy life, because it's short.